Oh, hello friendly face of the internet, it's me, writer, director, and auteur Cade Taylor, and happy 2020! This week I've decided to become a corporate sellout. So, before we go any further, it's time to show off the new me. Also, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that wearing suits and ties isn't my whole life. You see, when I started school in 2015, I studied finance. But after about a year of not liking the person I became, I transferred out of business school and spent the past 3 years studying film instead. But what they don't tell you in film school is that it's borderline impossible to make any money in the entertainment industry. So I had to do some readjusting. Now it seems I've reverted to the 2015 Cade, accepted a new job, and am on my way to joining the corporate world. However, from this new lens, I figured I could shed light on what it's like to join the world of business people from the perspective of an outsider. Unfortunately, taking these first steps to becoming a bitter old man means that I had to sign an NDA, or a non-disclosure agreement. So in order to not be sued by my future employer, I'm going to have to censor some of the details. Alright. Here's the offer and contract they gave me. Now obviously you can't see it, but let me tell you a thing or two about it. The company I'm going to be working at is called Now working at should be interesting since they do a lot of work with and they also have a program which will be good for me since I know absolutely nothing about What's more is considering some of the other benefits they have, which include and other things like that. Oh, and I can't forget, which is certainly more than I could have hoped for from Now, does this mean I'm giving up on my dreams or that I'll never be happy? And that I have to give up on my Well, perhaps. So essentially what I see in my future is and working from 9 to days a week. I'll probably make by the time I'm 35, and then I'll settle down in get and have. There'll be a day when one of my kids asks me what I used to dream about, and I'll say I used to want to be a but happened. Then I'll turn years old and then struggle to come to terms with getting. I'll run off to drink and start a secret family with the down in the Caribbean. Then I'll spend all have to buy a sports car and a home, and I'll pretend like I'm half my age. That inevitably will tear apart my family and severely my kids when they find out. Then I'll lose half of all the money that I made when me and my wife get divorced. Then my son will turn 18 years old and go off to college and not want to talk to me. But all they'll know is what I did for a career, which is and so they in turn will also study. Then they'll have this period where they try to rebel and instead do thus trying to be an But as we will know, that won't work, and instead fall into the same corporate trap I did and be doing or something like that. Then there will be a day where my will be an adult and look in the mirror and realize that they've just become exactly who I am. At that point I'll be in the hospital and he'll come up and we'll talk for the first time in years. But it'll also be the last time we and my son or child will ask me if I have any advice, and I'll tell him not to be like I'll tell him to his dreams and believe in At this point we'll hands, look in each other and be closer than we've ever been in our lives. Unfortunately, it's a little too late to completely out at this point. Then I'll start or fixing or something like that, and my entire life will flash before my eyes. And I'll have one last chance to relive my whole life. And I'll be able to go back and see all the I made, all my regrets, everything I wish I could have done differently before I stop existing forever. And that's pretty much what the contract says verbatim. And it's definitely not me projecting my own insecurities about my life goals and my life decisions. So, happy 2020. Here's to giving up on your dreams and becoming a part of the corporate system. Until next week, this is writer, director, and auteur Cade Taylor, signing off.